Nice. Alright, gang. How's the hair looking? Well, could always get worse, I guess. Either way. Going to do some light studying, and anybody who wants to join for chats can of course come and say hi. Alright. Is my leg comfortable like that? I guess so. You can never quite tell. I guess this would need to be held like this. I think my thank you, Iran. The first comment I run into today is thank you, Iran. What's up, brother? Just doing some studying, and I thought I'd load a chat up. Anybody who wants to like drop by and chat. How are you, ego optimist? I trained this morning. Well, I did some yoga. As soon as I woke up, did some yoga and did some light stretching and whatnot. And that was about it. Like nothing too crazy. And then maybe after shopping today, I'll do some, well, not plyometrics. I'm still not in 100%. I think my neighbour's outside playing with my cat. Mika Im says hi. How are you? How are you? Welcome. Don't you do martial arts? Yeah, I do MMA. I've injured my leg, so I won't be able to do any MMA for about, I think another 2 months, 6 weeks, 2 months, the doctor said. Um, primarily, always hard for Irish and Scottish people to say. Primarily, I do catch wrestling. So catch wrestling is like a specific type of grappling where you use pain, right? So that is something I can't currently do. My leg's still too painful. Tung 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 sahur. Welcome. Isam says, I'm watching for Bangladesh. Oh, cool, man. Peace. Peace to Bangladesh, man. Bangladesh is so beautiful. I've never been, but I've seen so many documentaries about it. It looks so amazing. Brandon Bishop says hi. Welcome, Brandon Bishop. And Farouk also says hi. Already we've got our first blogged message. Brandon Bishop, are you gay? Why are you gay? Can you shout out Baba Pat? Baby Pat. Baby Pat, what's up? Cam is giving you a shout out. Honcho says hi. Guys, can you hear me okay? I've got the headset. Brandon, that is probably my most favorite meme of all times. Why are you gay? Who is gay? What is gay? That guy didn't want to give up until he found out. Like, somebody has to be gay, and until he finds out who, he didn't want to give up. Can you say Sartu? Sartu? Farouk says. Hello, boy, says Neil T. Welcome. Abai Singh. Hey, bro, how are you doing? Abai Singh. Singh is Indian, right? Are you located in India, if I may ask? Welcome, guys. Hopefully, everyone is doing well. Just chatting and chilling. I was doing a bit of studying, and I thought, put the camera on, say hi to some people. Um, I was studying Korean, and to be honest, I was like a little bit bored, and I was like, yes, I'm Indian. Where are you from, brother? I'm from Ireland. Lived in Goa for 3 months or 4 months. Um, so probably not the most classical Indian place. It's like they speak Portuguese there and stuff like that. But still very beautiful. And I got to see the rest of India as well. Jose Ramirez says, "You do a bong?" No, I don't smoke. David said, "What accent is that? Costa Rican?" I wish, brother. It's a mixture of Irish and Scottish accent. No, not meth. God, no. How are you? I'm doing well, Neil. How am I pronouncing your name? Niu? Niu? Siege. Jose really wants me to start consuming, uh, let's just say, recreational drugs. So many Indians online at the moment, says Optimist. Everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome from all over. You a polyglot? A polyglot being someone who speaks multiple languages, right? I not really. I speak uh, 4 or 5 languages, all very bad, including English. I am from Vietnam. Ah, okay. So Niu, Niu. Do I pronounce it Niu? Do I pronounce it Niu, Niu, or Niu? Which one is closer, the first or the second? But David, I wish I was a polyglot. Still trying to get there. Still trying to get there. Speaking German in the chat yesterday. Xin chào Vietnam. The Bud Files. Oh, some nice emojis from the Bud Files. Laxi Geyer says you are. The rest is left to imagination. Once you do crack, you never come back. Was it not Plato who said that? Yeah, believe it or not, I've never drank or done any drugs or smoked. Like people don't believe me, but it's true. What's the language you've learned that is most different from your mother tongue? Um, I'd say grammatically Chinese. So, for example, um, if you say to somebody, "Ni yao chu," it means you want go. And if you say "Ni yao chu ma," ma basically being a question mark, it's like, "Do you want to go?" And if you say "Ni yao chu ba," it's like you're ordering them. It's like an exclamation mark. So the grammar is very, very simple. And at the end of the sentence, it kind of unravels or unveils your intent or the emotion behind your intent. Um, German, on the other hand, the more politely you speak German, the more condescending it can sound. Hope I'm not offending any Germans. Um, Korean being my favorite, but it's hardest because the grammar is kind of reverse. Um, so, for example, you say you eating want to, so it's a little bit different. Excuse me, sir, what's your education qualification from? Abdul Rahman says, I'm from India and NYC. Nice to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you as well. Thank you so much. Um, no educational qualification. I left school when I was like 16, so can't really boast of much education there, Abdul Rahman. Abdul Rahman, am I right in assuming that you would be from India, maybe Muslim Indian? Deutsch ist einfach, Optimist says. Ich wünschte, es wäre einfach, dann wäre mein Deutsch viel besser. Harvey O'Hara says, hey, Harvey O'Hara. What's your opinion on the pedestrianization of Birmingham city centre? So that means there's going to be less cars and more freedom for families to walk about. Is that what they're planning? I was in Birmingham years ago, years ago. Stopped off for half a day as I was traveling to Wolverhampton. Harvey O'Hara says exactly it's going to be terrible. Give me an example why it would be terrible. Um, I'm trying to learn Mandarin in my free time. I just want to eavesdrop on some convos and scare people by responding to them in broken Mandarin. I'll teach you something in Mandarin, right? If you want some riz in Mandarin, I can teach you something that always helped me uh, move along. Harvey says, my condolences. Caesar says, Argentina. Hola, amigo. Bienvenido. No, benvinada. Benvinado or benvenido? One is Portuguese, one is Spanish. Lo siento, mi español no muy bien. All Asian languages are tricky and difficult. Our Vietnamese friend asks, Messi or Ronaldo? You know who's the winner of Messi and Ronaldo? Should I tell you? It's us, because we get to enjoy them for like 20 years. That's pretty cool. Hola, amigo. Oh, well, if Cesar is Argentinian, then it's Messi. So we have to say Messi for him. Say I feel great in Mandarin, please. Um, how would I say that? 我很好，我舒服很好. So 舒服, 我不太舒服 means I don't feel great. So I think 我很好舒服 would be I feel great. Messi, Papa. Seb, what the hell, man? What the hell? There's always that one guy. How do you say I love you in Mandarin? I'm very early in learning right now. I only know if they are talking about certain foods. Henhao shufu? Um, Henhao, H-A-O, H-A-O, Henhao shufu. Wabutai shufu is I don't feel well. That I know because that's very important to know. 我很好 is like if you say it's to someone 你好, it means hello. But if you say 你好吗, it means you good question mark. So then you would answer 很好, 谢谢你. So something along those lines. It would be 我很好. I'm doing well. I guess if it's in that context. Ego optimist. All right, so here's how you would like, for example, you're at a party, let's say it's Chinese New Year, like a Taiwanese festival, and you see maybe a girl or a guy, whatever you're into, and you want to go up and you want to, talk to them, and you can say, 我想你是很美丽. 我想, I think, 你是, you are, 很美丽. Very beautiful. And you can use that in Singapore, mm, China, and Taiwan. Anywhere where they basically speak Mandarin. Hong Kong, it's more like a Cantonese and English, but you can use it there. You can use it there as well. Basically, use it everywhere. Anyone who speaks Mandarin, you can use it. I once met a polyglot when I used to work at the airport. He spoke 12 languages, right? I've never met anyone who had so much trouble in communication. Vielen Dank, Ego-Optimist. Ich freue mich schon, mein Deutsch zu verbessern. Das ist sehr lieb von Ihnen. Ich werde Ihr Angebot die Zukunft annehmen. Um, yeah, so she spoke, I think it was 11 or 12 languages: Chinese, German, Spanish, French, so on and so forth. She, I've never met somebody that had so many issues communicating. She would never get to the point, any language she was speaking, she would never get to the point, and she would just talk and talk and talk and not about the subject at hand, the matter at hand. And to me, I think she was learning languages to get some of that communicational energy and flow. That was always my theory. But it was very stressing and very taxing to talk with her. Probably she felt the same about me, but normally I don't have issues. She says woman, basically, God forbid. Be careful your girlfriend doesn't hear that. Kyla! There you go. There's a woman who knows how to communicate perfectly. Kyla, how are you? Hopefully you're doing well. Ich habe gute Potenzial. Sebastian Solent says, I am off my meds. There's always that one person who just spontaneously comes and it just like mentions something so deep and you don't know how to react. I hope you're doing well, Sebastian. Brendan says, are you bipolar? I think he means bipolar. Sorry, AD. No, haven't been diagnosed with either. Kyla says, I am. Yes, indeed. I forgot how to spell English. Ah, that's all right, Sebastian. Sometimes I forget how to talk English, so it's all good. I love the Japanese phrase. Oh, I can't even pronounce that. Nadimu Dikidu. Bradley Patrol. Dude, I was in Japan 2 months ago, and I went to, believe it or not, I went to a hairdresser's, and it was called Sit Cut. No, Pay Sit Cut Go. That was it, right? So those 4 words: pay, sit, cut, go. And I was like, okay, and I just wanted like a little bit off top, just to like clean my look up. So I go there and I say to the guy, I said, "You speak any English, sir?" I had my Google Translator ready, of course. Today, I feel like today I can do everything. Oh, we'll give it a shot, my friend. I'm going to my boyfriend from yesterday. What up, dog? RR says. Say hi to your boyfriend, Kyla. Mexican American vlogs. Japan is life. Japan's like an alternate reality. Um, Sorry, there was a hidden message, Kyla. I don't choose it. Sometimes YouTube just chooses to. Ah, that's the translation. All right. So basically, I was in this Japanese barber's, right? And I say to him, "Do you speak any English?" He says, "Ah, yes." And then I'm like, okay. I says, I would like some, just like, some off the top. And then he's like, yes, pay, sit, cut, go. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I paid, and I was like, so there you go, sir. It was like, I don't know, 800 yens, something like that, like about €5. And then he's like, yes, pay. Now sit. And I'm like, okay, these instructions are quite simple so far. So I sat down and I says, can I have like some off the top? He says, now cut. And I'm like, me or you? So he starts cutting. 2 minutes in, like he's not asking me anything, like how I want my hair cut, nothing. 2 minutes in, he's like, okay, thank you. Go. He's like showing me the door. He's like, go. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, yeah. He was an elderly man. He was very specific. Slurks on Fortnite says, what was that? It's a bard comment. Oh, it says shut up. Oh, okay. Sorry, Slocks, that we are talking whilst you exist in the same dimension as us. I apologize. I will shut up now, but only after I've streamed. Then I will. But yeah, that was that guy was unique. That guy was unique. Also, I told my friend, I went with two friends there, and I told one of them, I told Misanthropy, she comes to the streams now and again. I says to her, I says, Japanese are polite, but they're not necessarily like classical friendly like Koreans are. Koreans might come across as not so polite sometimes because they don't smile or laugh. They just stare at you, but they're super friendly. Like once they get to know you, they're super friendly. In Japan, it was kind of like the opposite in my experience. But I still love Japan. Still love Japan. Wouldn't have traded a single day that I was there for anything. Absolutely love Japan. Kyoto, one of my favorite cities ever. Oliver Holland says, hello, welcome. Bella, 간도 이거 쇼풍 하둘레 정고ren, so Chinese, 是링ren, 링ren R is two, 무이 혼다. Yes, got him. Welcome, Oliver. Oliver Holland, that name looks familiar. Don't forget, guys, if you want, you can drop a like or a dislike. Either is welcome. Kyla, did you have to block someone again? I'm so sorry. We'll have to do something nice for Kyla. Mexican Vlog says, do you have a yaka house in Japan or do you just stay at hotels? I stayed with a friend once who lives there in Osaka, but usually I'm just staying at a hotel. I've stayed at capsule hotels, those hotels where you sleep on the floor. Gunny says, checking up on a fellow content creator. Thank you so much. Fringer says, hi, welcome. Bleach fan says, who would win in a fight? A 25 to 30-year-old woman or a 65 to 70-year-old man? I hope they're not fighting. I've heard of the capsule hotels. Oliver says, you look Irish. I am Irish. Does that mean I look like I was drinking yesterday? If so, it's all good. Yeah, the capsule hotel. By the way, the capsule hotels are very unique. A lot of people think that you save space when you stay at a capsule hotel. You don't actually, because it's really funny. You go into one floor, that's where you put your luggage, and you get like this big locker. Then the other floor has the bathroom facilities. Then the next floor has the relaxing room and the all of that. And then there's one room with the capsules in them, and they only have a limited amount of capsules, so it's not like a ton of capsules. Because of fire hazards and stuff like that, you might get like 6 capsules maximum in the one floor where you're walking. So technically, they could all just put that in one room, and you would have a small room. And the capsules themselves are actually bigger than what you would think. It's 2 by 2 meters, the one that I stayed in. I speak Mandarin better than I can type Mandarin. It's refreshing to see another non-Chinese that can speak Mandarin. I was born in Beijing, moved back out here to Ayr with my parents. Ayr, Scotland, the north of Scotland. So Bella, that means if you're from Beijing, the Beijing dialect is not ni yao chu nari, it's ni yao chu nar. Is that correct? Did I hit the nail on the hammer? Probably not, but how much is a night or 2 nights in a capsule? Um, bro, that was €11 in Osaka. €11 a night in Osaka. Um, you could really come visit Germany and get free accommodation from me. Oh, where's it? Oh, hey, I'll take you up on it. Where in Germany do you live? Frankfurt, Hanover, Hamburg. I've been all over the place. I got spammed by Keely to join you. Relva, is that Kaylee's boyfriend? Relia, I think. No, Oliver. Ah, Oliver Holland. Are you Kaylee's boyfriend? Bella says you got it right. Oh, I'm so happy I did. Bella says your pronunciation is perfect. How did you learn? Bella 我的朋友，我是我的老师。中文对我很有意思，我要去买书，中文的书。Shoes book, right? Am I messing this up? I went to buy a book and then I studied with the book. Um, Jim says, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Kyla, that's your boyfriend. Oh my God, Oliver. Kyla's always talking about you in the chat. She like gets all lovely doubly when she talks about her boyfriend. She's like, my boyfriend. Look at this, could get my boyfriend. No, I'm just trying to tease her a little. No, no, no. But she does talk about you now and again, and always very fondly. Let's put it that way. Just teasing. Bella says, I'm literally starstruck right now. What? Marcos Elliott says, serial killer vibes. Well, Marcos, if that's the vibes you're getting, then be careful what your next text says. Nah, you're my YouTube best friend. 太好了，我高兴认识你。Yellow says, sir. Right back at you, Yellow. How are you? Hot mug of cocoa. Thoughts on Jack the Ripper? Well, he remained elusive, right? Got to hand it to him. Never got caught. What's your favorite dessert? Ice cream, blueberries, cherries, like fresh fruit mixed with ice cream. One liner says gay. One liner also says zesty. They found who it was. Wasn't the belief in retrospect that they caught the wrong killer? That's what I always thought. They also believed it was the Elephant Man for a while. Washid Athlete. Oi, oi, Baki, this isn't very kawaii of you. I suggest you undress before your senpai crashes out. What? You speak Japanese? I know some words. No, I don't, unfortunately. Well, yeah, arigato, konnichiwa, yeah, hi. Sushi, yeah. Karaoke. Tim W says, hi, welcome, Tim. Bella says you perfected Mandarin pronunciation from learning from a book. That's amazing. Yeah, but I did have a lot of interactions when I used to work at the airport with Chinese, so they corrected me. But the book was for Mandarin Chinese in Beijing, so that's why I didn't know what Nali was. And then I was like, Ni yao qu nar? And then people would say, oh, it's a Beijing accent. No, it's super recent. They found the DNA evidence. Hot mug, Cacao, can you give me some more information on that? That is sounding like that's like information I should know. I should be knowing that. John Mitch says Sideshow Bob. Yes, my weekend gig, bringing in a couple of more dollars as a Simpsons clown. I enjoy your attitude and humor, Optimist says. Thank you so much. Vielen lieben Dank. Optimist aus dem Harz. Harz is in Hessen? Who is your celebrity crush? Yellow says. Oh, Detective Diaz. God. I got to speak Russian and he has no clue what I'm saying, so I like messing with Oliver. A poor Oliver. Oliver says it's annoying. So, guys, for those that don't know, they're a couple. So, anybody who wants to speak Russian, just to help Kyla get on Oliver's nerves. Oliver, what languages do you speak? I believe it was him, but they found stuff from the scene and then ran it through a tester recently and matched a suspect. Ah, Bablu, welcome. I think Bablu is speaking Hindu. I know a bit of Russian. Privyet. Privyet. I thought always Privyet means please. Um, Central Germany. Very pure nature. Oh, that's where Dark. Anyone knows Dark? That's where Dark was supposed to take place. He was a Polish barber. Oh, so that's what's that barber? Sweeney Todd. It's giving me Sweeney Todd vibes. Yeah, I was going to say your accent when you pronounce words is perfectly more Beijing than other dialects around China. There you go, guys. I've got a Beijing accent. I'm so happy. I YouTube Vasto, Pablo says. Oliver says English only. Jesus, I struggle with English most time. Hey, Peanut Head, inspired by insomnia says. Hopefully you don't have any allergies. Insomnia, welcome. You should listen to WTF by Yoke. Noah the Great says. WTF by Noke. No, sorry, Yoke. Don't know who Yoke is, but I can check it out later. I sometimes listen to recommendations. Privyet means hello, by the way. I was always so wrong. I am Jeviza. Jeviza says bonjour. Bonjour, monsieur. Bonjour, mademoiselle. Hey, inspired by insomnia is writing some of the weirdest stuff. I'm going to keep that hidden. YouTube did a good job by keeping that hidden. But thank you for your enthusiasm. Oh, Babalo, I'm so sorry. I don't speak Hindi or Urdu. Wish I did. Not to be offended, but you look Jewish. No offense taken. I know a lot of people get offended because of Arabs and Jews and all that because of the media, but we're all just humans. We all have different DNAs and we look different. It would be good for you. Feel like you need it. The Chow Guy Elis says hello. Welcome, the Chow Guy. What country are you from? Somebody's going to. There it is. There it is. Optimus beat me to it. I'm from Ireland, but everyone keeps writing Iran. Somebody mixed it up in the chat a couple of days ago, and since then everybody's just been spamming Iran, and some people are just calling me Iran. But I'm from Ireland, Scotland. How many languages do you know? I mean, to be honest, three, four, but like none of them perfect. Uh, same, but different. Are you from the UK? Close enough. From Ireland. Was er Ireland ren gezoegelen ren? Bella, 我要一个问题。你认识 苏格兰人? Bablu says Maine to India. The Chow guy Elias says Dublin. Yeah, most of my family are from Cork actually. But yeah, Dublin's like the most famous area, I guess. I sometimes use Google Translate to talk to Kyla. So I'm gonna tread very lightly here because I feel like, so first of all, I've known Kyla for a bit through chat and through YouTube. So of course I need to support her. But also I kind of have this thing where I also have to stand by Oliver. It's a guy thing. So I think I'm you know, we're automatically bros. So I'm like on a thin line. Um the chill guy Elis says, I'm from Dublin. Oh, there you go. We've got a fellow. I was about to say we've got a fairly Irish man. I was going to say fair, a fellow Irishman. A fellow Irishman. So I'm Irish Scottish. We're actually pikeys for those that know what that is. Tiara Kanya says, I'm from Kenya. Oh, Kenya's so beautiful. I was in Nairobi for 2 days before I went over to Rwanda to work. Can I get a Swaggy shout out? Swaggy! Guys, do Swaggy a favor. Give him a shout out. Type Swaggy in the comment. Make his day. Ego Optimist says you just made Holland jealous. No, I'm on Holland's side. Kyla and me are like our siblings. The chill guy, Ela says, how old are you? Turning 55 in November. Kyla, hey, Russian Sihogi. Yeah. Kyla is Russian. She's our, if anyone knows the Marvel movies, there's the Russian spy. What's her name? She's played by Scarlett Johansson. Natasha. Oh, there's so many block comments coming through. What are people writing? Array. Queen Array. Welcome, Queen Array. Welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I don't have the headset on. Romanov. Romanov. Yes, exactly. Um, are you 55? Still got 4 months, 5 months until I am. Kudmap says howdy. Well, welcome, Kudmap. How are you, my friend, my brother or sister? Bablu says thank you. No, thank you, Bablu. Bablu or more like Pablo? Bablu? Safaris Farduk says hi. Hey, welcome. Walter White. Oh, guys, Breaking Bad reference coming up. You don't know you're talking to, so let me give you a clue. I'm not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. There's always a Walter White guy. Bungee jumping or skydive? Bungee jumping scares the bejesus out of me. I prefer skydiving. Did you use Google Translate for that, Oliver? Oh, Oliver said shut up, but it's hopefully a loving dispute between the two of them. R1 says, I thought I heard a familiar accent. R1, where are you from? You from Scotland, Ireland? I primarily see that's where I said doesn't matter how many languages I'm learning. Learning all of this doesn't mean anything if I can't pronounce primarily in English. Primarily grew up in Glasgow. There we go. I was able to get it out at the end there. Shawlands, Glasgow. Maybe Bella knows Shawlands. Oh, wow. From Limerick. Nice. Ah, raised in Dublin and now living in London. There you go. I don't know, but maybe he's a fellow Irish gypsy like myself. What about you? Where are you and where are you from, lad? So the family's primarily from the Cork area, Pikeys, and grew up mostly in Glasgow, Shawlands and Gorbals. I tend to say Shawlands because it makes me more acceptable into society. As soon as I say goblins, as soon as I say Gorbals, people think that I've been stabbed by goblins. That's usually the joke. They're like, "Oh, have you ever been stabbed?" I was like, "Oh, not yet." Oh, there's a Russian lover spat between a couple going on in the chat. I am not taking sides. I'm being as neutral as possible. आपकी girlfriend hai? Yes, there are. Kyla is Oliver's girlfriend, or rather, Oliver's Kyla's boyfriend. Um, Что? What does что mean? Yeah, family or travelers too. For, does that say? Ah, to one of the few black travelers around. We travelers come in all different colors, shades, and sizes. Banana Man says, hello, good to meet a fellow traveler. Here, you lad. You speak Irish Gaelic too? Just some basics like be the hush, because I got told that as a kid quite often. Like, shut up, be the hush. Like, be the hush there, boy. But no, no Gaelic Scottish either. No Gaelic Scottish Irish. Just, I mean, just some basics that were thrown around. I like Russia. Oliver is what she said. Ah, is it aluminium or aluminum? Aluminium. Aluminium. I know some people call it aluminum. I think if you're from the States, there's probably a high chance, code map, that people will call it aluminum. Habibi love, Jamie says. Hi, bro. Oh, that person, Banana Man, says speak banana. By the way, Banana Man, do you know the famous comic strip? So my fellow gypsies and Irish and Scots, like a Bella or Chinese Scot, you guys might know the famous comic strip, Banana Man. Was it called Banana Man or Banana Man? But yeah, the famous guy who eats a banana and then he gets like strength like Superman. Yeah, a lot of young lads were told that growing up, especially when we were messing around too much. I still get it. I still get told it like half a century later. Banana Man says no. Oh, it's like one of the strongest superheroes. Your profile says you're from Scotland. Yeah, Scottish Irish. Za34 says hi. Always looks so friendly when there's a lot of I's at the end of hi. How are you? Just use element sign al and you good. But still, all right, Americans do say aluminum. Do we have any Americans in the chat to confirm or deny this? Kyron Pearson says, hi, daddy. Every stream or every second, third stream, there's somebody that pops up and calls me daddy. Stevie England says it's true. Ah, Stevie, God bless you. I mean, Stevie England's name is England, right? But let's say he. Ah, I knew an American once. Aluminum. Are you married yet? And if so, what traveler is she land? Nobody would voluntarily marry me. Daddy, is that you? You what? Better than daddy. Nice one. Are you from Scotland or Ireland? Our family has both. Stevie England says, nu- nuclear. Nuclear. Cudmap says, you got that daddy look. I'm not gonna go further into that. I'll just say thank you, I guess. Oh, Kyla told you she loves you uh, in Russian. Uh, Andy Robertson is the best. Oh, look at the Scottish flags coming in. Theo Pryor says hello, welcome. Skibbity, is that not Skibbity Toilet that was in Fortnite? I'll choose Sigma if I can choose. Theo Pryor says I like trains. Steam engines? Ah, I was on a retro steam engine back in March. It was really crazy. Like they filled up with coal and everything. They only drive it like once a month because of the environment, but it was really nice. R1 says, "You're definitely one of my boys. I like turtles. I like mallard. I like turtles too, specifically the ninja type. I like Fred Dibna. Okay, I'm lost now. I don't know who Fred Dibna is. Carol from England, Jamie says. I like the smell of rain. Tommy S says, anybody see Pert Benkins? Do you eat frogs there in Scotland? Well, I don't. I'm vegan, but maybe other Scots do. Like if they go to a French restaurant. It's the fastest steam train. I did 126 miles per hour. Seriously? So 126 miles, how many kilometers per hour is that? Is that like 210 kilometers, or is my math off? Steam engines and knocking down chimneys? Aaron Marsh says sideshow bobhead. Yeah, I've got the dip. I've got the dip, my friend. Just need the big clown shoes. Are you seriously vegan too? Yeah, yeah. Oh, some vegans here. Tommy says I'm going to keep coming until somebody remembers Pat. Oh, it's 190 kilometers. Also, I wasn't too far off. How much do frog fries cost there for a large portion? I've never seen anyone eat them or sell them. Easy Money says you look like a kind guy, and that looks can be deceiving. But thank you. No, thank you. It's very nice. Sideshow Bob ahead. Your hair is from a scary movie. It. Has anybody ever watched It? It's a Stephen King thriller, the original one. I'm not talking about the new remake. Aaron says, have a nice day. You too, my friends. Have a nice day. Do you get spice bags up there? Are you talking about tea spice bags? Because, yeah, we have them. And everything we eat is with chili, right? In Glasgow, everyone loves chili. You look like the type of guy who's a girl's best friend. I don't know where this is going, but yeah, I have some good relationships with a lot of girlfriends, female friends. Let me easy money. Oh, the comment was no takeaway spice bags. Takeaway spice bags. Not quite sure. Like salt and pepper chips with chicken. Mmm. Yeah, 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 yeah. He just called you BFF. Hi, you are a handsome man from Aroli, Jamie says. Jamie Gayton. You know what that means. To be honest, I've lost track. I don't, half of the stuff I don't know what it means. What bush has this guy been smoking, thinking that the Irish and Scottish eat frogs? I've never seen anywhere in Britain or Ireland anyone eating frogs. But I mean, if it's a French restaurant, I know they eat frogs' legs, right? You look like the kind of guy who's the smart one in a Mission Impossible movie. That is, these compliments are, I need to get used to them. It feels like, it's kind of like I have to like review them and then I'm like, okay, okay, I'm good with that. Is he talking about the French? Surely. Not unless he knows some cuisine, maybe in the north of Scotland or something like that. Ham says, what is your opinion on Film Me Kraken? That's wordplay, is it not? What time do you dance in TikTok wearing a maid costume? Usually about 3 p.m. The Scots enjoy snail legs? Yay says repent. I'll probably need to. No Cap says, come on, Ami Karim. Free Europe and world. Easy Money says, you look like the kind of guy I'd trust to walk my sister to her car at night. Many have trusted me with such a thing, and all have reached their cars safely. I'm just saying. Nia, what flag is that? I can't see the flag. It was in French. Oh, I don't speak French, unfortunately. I only speak languages that mean to. No, I'm only kidding. No, the Islam. No, there was a flag next to her name, a country flag. I don't know if you guys can still see it. Kareem is better, man, than me both. Car and your sister would disappear. Jesus, God forbid. How are you Kareem translated? The name Kareem, I think means in Arabic it means generous. You look like the kind of guy to return shopping trolleys to the trolley hole and not leave them in the car park. Who leaves them in a car park? I thought that's what you're supposed to do with shopping trolleys. It's dangerous if you leave them in a park. The wind will come and it'll knock it into a car or some old woman. Okay, thank you, Jamie, I guess. Wodat says I have the same hair. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. No, I'm only kidding. No, the French sentence from before. Ah, missed that. You look like the kind of guy who arrives at a party on time. No, that's not me. I've never been on time for anything. The lad thought Cream was a French name. What a plonker. Rodney, you plonker. Hey, chat, if yous know this line, yous know. Rodney, you plonker. Tell me which series that was from. Woda says naturally curly and frizzy bedhead. I think it looks like the kind of hair that was trying to escape my head. Not at Asda, trolleys are skirted about. The customers are scared to get their steps in. Oh, Jesus. Stevie England says Minder? No, but Minder had a cool intro song. I will be so good for you. The neighbor's neighbor. Everybody's got good neighbors and looking out for each other. The bell. Da 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 da. Dun 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 dun. How can you not know about Deli Boy? Del Boy, Del Boy. You look like the kind of guy who has good intentions. Try. I am French, German, English, Irish, and Native American. That's some mix, man. Gaming! How are you? Gaming's a real one. Gaming's a good friend. Our one's like, I'm disappointed in the comment section. Me too. Like, Rodney, you plonker, and then somebody said the bill. PC Reg. No! Last question. If you are a vegan, what's your favorite dish? To be honest, every day or most days, I'll have a salad. So salad is kind of like my base. It's the skeleton of whatever I'm going to eat. And then from there on, I'll add red beans, maybe broccoli for a bit of protein. And then I might make a vegan burger, chop it up, add it in there, add some olive oil. Every day I try to make it a bit differently, but it's usually like a health bowl or something like that. Steve says Uncle Albert. Finally! Finally, someone's on the right track. Easy Money says you look like the kind of guy who closed the fridge with your hip. That is, no, I don't do that. What? My kitchen's pretty small anyway. It wouldn't be possible. Armed Officer Trigger. Um, Trigger did play an officer. So if we're talking about Trigger from Only Fools and Horses, he did play an officer in another sitcom. I think it was with Mr. Bean. Detective Inspector Boise. 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 You ever crazy adventures? Crazy sounds like he needs to get that checked. Thin blue line. Ah, yes, I knew it. Stevie England, man, you're the man. Stevie, you look like the type of lad to sniff the bus. Wait, what? What? Jesus. Uh, Easy money sounds like a name who really needs money. Maybe he's trying to speak it into reality, man. Let's pray for him. Hopefully he gets all the money he needs. Hey, love from France. Hope you reach your goals on YouTube. Have a great day. The sports and gaming kid says, "Oh, God bless you." Moi Ison says you need Allah. R1, I do it well. They're still sitting there. Oh my God, this is getting worse and worse. There's nothing worse when somebody agrees with the roast. That is Stevie England, you legend. Oh my God, where? I didn't know you watched Kareem. Oh wait, you know Oliver? Oh my God, everyone knows everyone. I got him to. Oh Jesus. Wait, Kyle, do you know Kyla and Oliver in real life? Arton says hi. Welcome, Arton. Ah, okay, you know Oliver. Oh, nice. Easy Money says you look like the guy from Ratatouille. Uh, the rat from Ratatouille? Oh, my mobile is slowly dying. Iran, there we go. At least three, four times in the chat. Every stream, somebody's like, Iran, Iran. So, guys, you guys get to decide. Should I get my mobile charger or should we stream later? Chat decides. It's up to the chat. I've got like 8% left. Iran to yesterday. That was so hilarious. Like people were coming into the chat and they were like, "Hey, what's your name?" And then other people were just like Iran. And then people were confused and they went, "Oh, so you're from Iran?" And I'm like, "No, just went in a completely different." It was so random. Get your charger. You're not going anywhere, lad. R1 says. Gaming, by the way, I'm Oliver's girl in real life. All right, so let me get my charger. There we go. Back to the side. I'm not even sure this will work. Will this even plug in here? Uh-huh. I look like the kind of guy who sits too close to the Wi-Fi. Right. Oh, the reason why I'm putting that over is so I can drink. I don't want to be impolite and drink in front of these guys. There we go. Oh my God, the hats just made everything worse. Now everything is jumping out from the side. You look like the kind of guy that writes positive graffiti in public toilets. First of all, I've only ever done that once, and it was like a small thing, just wishing my fellow classmates a great time and lots of success during mock tests. Crack open a drink. I'm about to pour myself a glass of old-fashioned bourbon. R1 is really like leaning into this stream, man. It's like a cigar and bourbon, and let's see what happens here. All right, I need to ask. I think Stevie England will have an answer for me. R1 better have an answer for me as well. Best Only Fools and Horses moment. My personal favorite, right? Batman and Robin. I remember laughing so hard the first time I saw that. I've never seen something as funny as that. The build up, the moment it happens, I was just, oh my God. Trigger's broom. I've kept the same broom for 20 years. Oh, really? Yeah. I've changed the handle 7 times and I've changed the, the head 6 times. I saved the council money. Kareem, have you known? Gaming asks me. Yeah, yeah, I do. Actually, I do. Jason L. Davis says, we have talked about this, brother. Welcome. Jamie G says, I've seen you before but can't remember. It was probably on a most wanted list with my luck. The one where he helps Rodney park and says, you can't park there, Dave. Oh my goodness, he's been calling him Dave forever. Malty says, sorry. He didn't read my first message, Jason says. Oh, did I miss your first message? I'm so sorry the messages go up so fast. I don't mean to like disrespect anyone, right? Unfortunately, with my mobile, I can't put in the option to slow down the messages. I can do it with my PC though. It's okay. I just wanted to say stop trying to seduce me. What? What's going on here? The Matrix remembers everything. Gaming with KY10. Gaming has a cool channel, man. Check out his channel. The Horses and Villains, the best episode, hands down. Help me jog my memory, R1. What happens in the Horses and Villains episode? Brother of the Davis clan. Incest is wrong. Tell that to any Game of Thrones character. Jolly Boy's outing was good. Oh, that's the one where Rodney's like, lock up your daughters, and he says it right in front of his girlfriend's dad. Steve England says the one where Dell was the double of a mafia boss. That's, I think, the only episode that they ever done in the States, right? It was a double episode. Did Oliver leave when I got in? No, I think Oliver's still there. Yeah, I got lost on a jet ski. I remember somebody watching that with me, and they weren't like British or Irish or anything like that. And they said, why does Oh, Waldpfanne, willkommen zurück, meine guter Freund. Wie geht es? Wie geht es Ihnen? Elsa, welcome, Elsa. Somebody said to me, why does Rodney and Dell want to get a present for the person who is keeping them in their home? Is that like a British thing? And I was like, well, that's what you would do, right? If somebody invites you to their home, you take a present. And they were like, oh, that's so cool. Oliver, what is going on with you and Kyla? They're boyfriend, girlfriend. Hi, guys. I think that's Chinese writing, is it not? Huan Ying, welcome. Kyla seems really stressed out. Not Kyla, sorry, KY seems stressed out. He's like, what? How long has this been going on? Why didn't I know this earlier? Ja, wie geht's Waldpfanne? Oliver more famous than Kareem. Yeah, everyone's like, Oliver, what's been going on here? Yeah, I think it's Cantonese. The UFO looks a bit different to Mandarin. Oh, 你是中国人吗? R1. Yeah, he is. See. Phil K says, what are your pronouns? She and it. Shit. Nah, well, I'm kidding. Uh, he? I don't know. Everyone's concerned with that kind of thing these days, but I'm just a normal guy. See. It'd be so cool if Portugal won the World Cup. Phil K says, do you believe in Jesus as a historical figure? Yeah, of course. Just a little bit. I taught myself watching Chinese movies. Ah, nice. Hey, Yannick Sinner. Sometimes people call me things. I have no idea what that means. I live close to Oliver. I'm going to get some more information out of him in real life. Jesus is your savior. Oh, thank you, Phil K. A lot of religious people here. Also, welcome to the chat anytime. Your K-pop girl, 안녕하세요, says, how old are you? Turning 55 in November. Do you know how to read the Yofalad? Not really. I'm not much good at reading. I know how to read Korean now, or I'm better at it. God bless you, Phil K says. God bless you, my friend. Is ginger good for health? Ellie Clark says, you mean being a ginger? Probably not. I will come to Oliver's too. You live close? Yeah. So the gang is meeting up and they're going to. Kyla needs some answers. He needs some answers. He needs to know what's going on. He's like, I need information. Why are so many held for review? There's so many like Lennox. Lennox says I look like a gay leprechaun. 6'2" leprechaun. The world is no truth. Yeah, Korean Hangul interests me, but I can't read it. It's actually very simple. It's literally just like you replace one letter for another. Takes maybe about, I mean, me with my learning disability, it took me like 2 weeks to learn, so I think you would learn it in a week. Fussy Edits says, little girls take care? What? Oh, speaking about edits, YouTube is changing on, what day is it today? Let me just check, guys. Um, another 3 days, then YouTube will be changing the way it allows edits. Captain Apache says Wednesday. Yeah. We'll no longer get those classic edits of, like a Marvel with some music added on. They're going to take those out because people were getting monetized from them, but they were feeding them into AI machines, and YouTube says, look, it's not fair. You look like a skinny version of Krusty the Clown. So Sideshow Bob, which 5 people have already said. Jesse Hernandez, welcome, Jesse. Thank you. He thinks I'm skinny. There we go. Always trying to look lean. There's another blocked comment. Wait, so I have known Kyla for like 3 months, and I've known Oliver my whole life, and then we meet in a Kareem stream. There you go. This is where some relationships blossom, but most tend not to succeed after 20 minutes of the stream. Jesse, if you're going to try to insult someone, at least get the spelling right. Spelling is not a priority in the internet. People are just like throwing stuff out there. Optimus says, Dawastanji, Iran, Iranian, Korean, healthy fella. People are just adding Iranian to the mix. Finding this out. KY is still shocked. I think one of the highlights of this stream is talking about Del Boy meeting uh, black gypsies, Chinese Scots, talking about Del Boy, and KY just being shocked that his his two friends are dating. So it's been a good stream. It's been a good stream so far. Del Boy cracks me up. Oh, Del Boy's the best. Finding out your best friend has a girlfriend in a Kareem stream. There's worse ways to find out, man. Like, imagine you're walking past and you see that there's a wedding going on, and then you're like, what? So, yeah, hopefully it's not too traumatizing. Radic, Fiji Trev Radic says, hi, welcome. Tiara says, do you understand Swahili? No. I knew a couple of words when I was in Kenya. And some people, believe it or not, speak it in Rwanda still, but unfortunately I don't speak some Tigrinya. That's the only African language I speak a little bit of. At least you didn't walk in on them. Snagging? Erwan. I'll remove that because KY is actually underage. I think he's still younger than 18, so I'll remove that. But yes, you're probably right. But yeah, KY Kyla, is he a good boyfriend? Zeb says Mr. Beast. KY 16. R1 R1 says I remove it. The intent is still behind it. KY says yes, he is. That's great to hear. Tiara says, who is your favorite streamer? My favorite streamer is Gaming with KY. R1 is saying my bad lads, but he's still like laughing. He still put the emoji in there. K1 is like, hell yeah. Yeah, KY is a solid dude. Oh, let me check the time. Let me just check the time here. All right, I've still got about 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go. Bella Plays Bella says hello. Bella plays Bella. Is this the Bella from earlier on a different account? Welcome back. And if not, just welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. We had the Bella from China living in Scotland. My neighbor speaks Swahili, and Tiara, he speaks Swahili, but he's only ever here for like 2 months a year. And I sometimes hear him shouting at his brother on the phone. Anytime he messes something up, he jumps over to Swahili. Other than that, they speak English. Bella plays Bella says, I subscribed. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. It's very kind of you. When stream is done, I'm meeting up with Oliver. You'll be able to meet up with him soon. I'm going offline soon. I might do another stream tonight, maybe for an hour. One thing I would love to do, but it's almost impossible to do in a stream, is to get around 10 people and do a quiz. And last time we did it, we did a Minecraft quiz, and the stream collapsed, but that was doing very well because we had 5 people that wanted to join in, but it ended up only being 2 because the other 3, I don't know, got kicked out somehow. Tiara says, I subscribed. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Tiara. God bless you. Which country are you in again? You're in Kenya? And the one stream I joined, this happened. Oh, Kenya's so beautiful. Oh, I want to go back to Nairobi. People are so friendly. The food is so good. The weather's so nice. So amazing. So much beautiful nature. The city's so clean. I mean, in that region, I've spent more time in Addis Ababa. So if we're talking like East Africa, right? I spent a lot of time in Rwanda. So Tiara, you can check out my videos I made in Rwanda. If you type in Kigali project on my page, you'll see the social projects that I worked on. And you can also do the same for Addis Ababa or the Ethiopia project. And I've got like 5 videos there. So I've spent more time in those countries, right? In Rwanda and Ethiopia. But I have a soft spot for Kenya. I absolutely love Kenya. So chill, so chill. And for those, by the way, guys, some of you might not know this. You know how you have your mobile and your friend asks you to send money over and you send money over with PayPal or whatever? That concept originally started over 20 years ago in Kenya. Kenyans would send, Kenyans are very business orientated, so they would send money per SMS. Arthur Morgan says, hi, welcome, Arthur. But Mano, Mano, is that an area? What is Mano? Mano. My cats have got their own balcony. I built their own balcony. I think they're up to no good. What are you doing, Zimba? Huh? Yeah, my boy. I'm cooking them fresh chicken today. Fresh chicken and eggs. Kyla knows how we do. All right, guys, let me see. How much more time have we got? I'd say another 5 minutes, then I need to go. You just realized you lived close to Kyla this whole time? I thought Kyla got into my streams because of you, because she knew you privately and you told her to come here. Manda mano means Kenyans fighting for things to be cheap. It's called bargaining. That's the word I think you're looking for. Kenyans are good business people. I think in Africa, the two countries that come close to Kenya regarding how they do business is probably Nigerians, but Nigerians are not as consistent sometimes. And Egyptians are very good business people as well. Othman says, where are you from? Ireland, Scotland, my friend. But soon to be moving to Kenya. Hopefully. I think Kenya would kick me out. The only thing that was hard to deal with in Kenya was I got burnt by the sun so fast. Ah, you never knew Kyla before knowing me, so I introduced you. So I build friendships here in this stream. Is that what you're saying? Where are you from, Othman? Othman Melon, if you don't mind me asking. Do you love Kenya? Oh, I absolutely adore Kenya. I really adore Kenya. Let's put it this way. I spent too little time that it caused a feeling of nostalgia inside me, making me want to go back as soon as possible. Oh, guys, I bought a rucksack today. Maybe I should open it in the stream. It has a USB loading dock. Let's check it out before I go. What is that? Pika Pete Animations. Welcome. Is this true? Othman says, do you guys speak English? I mean, is English your mother tongue language? So, technically, in Ireland and in Scotland, there are versions of the Gaelic language that are spoken by natives, but English is kind of taken over, to be honest. Not only because of the British Empire, but it's the most common language spoken these days. So, you know. Chinese is the most spoken language in the world that people are born speaking, and English is the most learned language in the world. It's also the most expansive language. It keeps adding words. It's like the British Empire, they keep adding, stealing words and adding it to help expand the language. And I think also English has the most dialects. KY is in shock. KY needs to go and sort this situation out. KY, say hello to everyone. Kikon says, hi, baby. Hi, Kikon. Welcome. All right, let me see if I've got this rucksack here. Yeah, got it, man. I'm from Iraq. Ah, salam alaikum. Okay, man, can you do the Hawk Tush thing? I'll donate $2. The Hawk Tush thing? The Hawk Tour thing? Kikon says, what are you doing now? Um, well, not much. We're just opening this rucksack up that I got today. I've had my last rucksack for 15 years, and it looks it. It was about time to get a new one. Amazon Prime Day. Wow. Doesn't smell too chemically. Oh my God, look, it's JJ. JJ. JJ for governor. I'm at a lake at the moment. If I was there, I would kick you in there. No, I'm only kidding. JJ is awesome. How are you, JJ? Are you USA? No, I'm Irish, Kikon. Where are you from? Okay, man says, can you do the hop twa thing and say sometimes you need to spit on that? No, I'm not saying that. This is a child, well, not necessarily a child-friendly stream, but it's a friendly stream. Travel bag. I'm from India. Namaste, namaste, merapai, merapai, merapai. Fashion bag. All right, so for all the Indian viewers out there, I have a very important question. Very important question, right? Are you guys ready? Salman Khan, Amir Khan, or Shah Rukh Khan? You guys get to decide. Okay, man says put on deodorant. I'll have you know, okay, man. 24 hours a day I smell of soap. Axel says Indian men do a lot of. Oh, come on, Axel. Whether they do or don't, it's up to them. This is a guys. I just need to remind you all. It's kind of a child-friendly stream. Let's not get too much into those things. You should do a grow a garden stream. JJ, you became so naturey. This is good, boy. Film actor Salman Khan. Are you still scratching yourself? You're getting your nails cut today. I'm your Khan fan. This is such a cool rucksack. Look, Simba, that's Daddy's new rucksack. Huh? Yes. And you can recharge your mobile here. But how do I recharge the recharge dock station? Okay, man, it says Salman Khan. I'm going to have to delete that, um, my friend. How do I recharge this though? So that here I can this rucksack here allows me to charge my phone. Thank you, okay, man. That's very kind of you. Thank you for understanding. Kikon says, "Are you single?" Kikon, oh, what? I think I just banged my head. I'll probably remain single. What do people keep? Hold on. What is people saying here? Come on, man. Guys, say what you want about me, but don't be racist towards each other. Let's keep it clean, eh? Let's try and keep it clean. Um, Now, by the way, I'm somebody who enjoys a racist joke now and again when it's directed towards the Irish or Scots or Gypsies. But yeah, and you guys know I'm up for a laugh, but please be kind to each other. We need a bit more kindness in the world. So this is epic. Look at this. Bruce Willis. Good to see you up and about. Really nice rucksack. I'm going to use this for shopping now. Bruce, I loved you in the Die Hard movies. Wow, it was really about time that I got myself a new rucksack. Oof, I'm going to fill this baby up next time I'm in Korea. Telegram username. No. Our Russians, welcome. Bruised Willis. Most of Bruce Willis' action films, he ends up getting bruised quite badly. I think in all of Bruce Willis movies, there's always a minimum of 15 people getting shot, unless it's one of his comedies. Cream, should I hide from Kyla? I always say Kyla, but it's Kyle, right? Nah, he's curious. He just wants to know. He's like, what the hell? And don't hide from him because I think he would be even more angry. Dom the Bomb says, what's up? Hey, wait a minute, I know Dom the Bomb. Dom the Bomb used to come to my video game streams, I think. What are all these messages for reviews? Keycon, no, I'm not giving another man in the chat my WhatsApp. Mark says Dom has a bomb. I think Dom is the bomb. Um, Oliver Holland says, okay. Yeah, Oliver, I think he's just curious, man. God bless him. Might be a big deal for him if one of his friends or none of his previous friends had a girlfriend. And, friends want to know about this kind of thing. The earth is flat. Yeah, I feel that way sometimes. Now, I'll be there for KY. He's a good guy. KY says, Oliver. RH says, where did you get that weird shirt? From a supermarket in Japan. I tried to make a joke, but okay, Dom is the bomb, Mark says. Well, I mean, it is a joke if he doesn't have the bomb. If he has the bomb, then we get a little bit worried. You don't look bad for a Canadian. Calling me a Canadian is actually a compliment. I'm Irish. Gaming's like, you're still here. Gaming, didn't you not want to go and confront your friend and ask him, hey, what's happening? Gaming, it's like gaming's been betrayed. Next level betrayal. Poor Canadians get like somebody says Canadian and people are already like, okay, I need to leave now. Nah, shout out to our Canadian brothers and sisters. The Saskatoon Toon Crew, the Vancouver Hoovers, Ottawa Gaming. Wait, the Gaming's message get held for a review? No, that can't be. Team Masher says, you. Everyone keeps asking me that. Irish or Scottish? Both, my friends, both. We're Irish Gypsy Travelers originally, and we moved to Scotland. Um, Menti, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Menti says, hi, Menti, how are you? Welcome. To be honest, I don't know English. I write through translator. Нет проблем, comrade. Isaac Peak says, "Can I borrow some money?" Of course you can. Hell yeah, love some gypsy. Kikon says, "How old are you?" 55 in November. 11th of November, guys. I might do a birthday stream. Uh, Gaming with KY says, WWW. Menti says, "I like you, bro. I like you too, bro. Thank you so much." Good vibes so far in the stream. I'm not proud of many things, but I'm proud that everyone's getting along so well. And everyone's joking with everyone and everyone's taking the jokes very well. Unless it's Canadians. How's it going, Kyla? Menti says, "I love you." Well, thanks, bro. Kikon says, "Hey, Russian boy." Ah, that's to our Russian friend who just showed up. Let's see, everyone's so nice to everyone. What are these? So many comments. Are you girlfriend? Am I a girlfriend? Yes, I'm Russian. I hope there are no Russian folks here. If anything, I'm sorry. No, everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome. We have Russians, Ukrainians, Arabs, Jews. Everyone's welcome here. This is a safe place for everyone to chill, relax, joke with each other. Sometimes we might not agree with each other. We might talk about politics, but all in all, we're just here to chill. Talk about travel, anime, food, pets, sports. Mark says no hate to Russia, beautiful one. I didn't want to call you a Russian phobe, and I don't want to talk about politics. No, no, it's all. Нет проблем, comrade. That's all good. We have lots of Russians here. Kikon I think Kikon's looking for a boyfriend. Там мостьев говорит по-русски. Sounds like, um, I don't know. I don't know what she said. Can someone, Kikon, can someone get Kikon a boyfriend? Yeah, let's not talk politics. Yeah, I agree. You know what I was saying, Mark? One thing I'd love to do is do a quiz, non-political quiz, geography quiz. I love geography, and I think it would be really nice. And you don't lose, right? Even if you don't know the answer, you still learn something new. I'd love to do that. YouTube started working well for me for the first time. It doesn't work well for us. I don't think it works well for anyone. YouTube blocked me and demonetized me for using my own videos. I used my own videos and YouTube blocked me. Odin, the god of thunder's father, the high god, is asking, where's everyone from? We have India, Iraq, Germany, Russia, Kenya. Where else have we got? We had Costa Rica. We we have America as well. Being demonetized for using your own videos is madness. Welcome to YouTube, right? It's not a reliable source of income. That's why I think a lot of YouTubers who finally reach that point where they're living off of YouTube open up a second channel to fall back on just in case. All right, question for the chat. What countries make up the UK? Oh, I'd love to answer that, but I'll let the chat answer that. Technoblade says, "Hey, Technoblade here. Welcome, Technoblade. God bless you. Thank you for joining." Hello, Russia friend. David A says, "I'm from, I can't read that, Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia. Doesn't work because of bad video transmission technology." Ooh, hi, David. Yeah, Odin named after the god. I'm Norwegian from a long bloodline of Vikings. Oh, there you go. By the way, guys, for those that don't know, the days of the week are named after inspirations from Nordic folklore. YouTube, Thursday is named after Thor. Thor's Day, Thursday. YouTube does not work well due to poor video transmission technology. Yeah, Hermes official, Hermo, welcome. How do you know about Odin? Yeah, I'm interested in African, Northern Europe, Greek mythology. No one liked my question. Oh yeah, let me answer your question. Let me just get through the comments real uh, quick. Oh, look, Super Champion says God loves you. Super Champion 333. He loves you too, my friend. You're blessed as well. Uh, I'm 15 years old, Kikon says. Kikon, don't give too much personal information out, right, guys? Try not to give like your exact location or your exact dates of birth or anything like that. All right, so Mayan and Nordic. Mark, I think we would have some good conversations about the Mayans and the theory that aliens visited them. Yeah, be cautious, man. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry I've got to get going on YouTube. Take good care. Thank you so much for dropping by. Well, that's really cool that you know a lot about cultures. Feel proud that someone not Norwegian loves to learn about cultures like mine. Yeah, all right. So let me just answer Mark's question first, right? Uh, Wales, Northern Ireland, where Belfast is the capital, Scotland, and England. Those are the four base countries for the United Kingdom. Of course, if we're talking about the United Kingdom's colonies, the expansions, it looks different. And then we have to talk about different time periods, where, for example, India might belong, but Hong Kong wasn't yet, and stuff like that. But that's a story for another time. But yeah, those are the four base countries. Um, the British territories, as they're known as. And Odin, yes. So Odin, Monday is Moon Day. Uh, Saturday is Saturn Day. Thursday was Thor's Day. Friday also named after something. Uh, Wait, what happened to my ceiling? It swings. I didn't know Wales was part of the UK. Probably spelled that wrong. Close enough, Mark. It's a good start. So it's Wales. W for whiskey. A for Anthony. L for Lima. Uh, E for Echo. S for Sweden. Wales. Did I spell that right? Air Karimi. Welcome. No, Ali Karimi. Air Karimi. So yeah, it's Wales, and the capital of Wales is Cardiff. And I think Swansea's in Wales, but they play football in the British Premier League and the English Premier League. So yeah, and some famous Welsh people: Anthony Hopkins, Tom Jones, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Vinnie Jones, Ryan Giggs. So there you go. There's a couple of facts about the Welsh. One of the best boxers ever, very underrated. Joe Calzaghe, an Italian Welsh boxer, is retired undefeated, one of the few boxers to do so. By the way, I was in Norway, Odin, in Oslo. Really liked it. Yeah, in our history class, we learned about our ancestors that were Vikings, found settlement there in Ireland and UK. Who knows, maybe you might have a little Viking blood too. Yeah, there's a YouTube video I have on my watch list. I haven't read it. I haven't watched it yet. I wanted to kind of listen to it whilst I was cleaning. It's the Irish versus the Vikings, untold battles. And also another thing that a lot of people don't know about the Vikings, they were very refined when it came to building shelters. A lot of the techniques that they used for survival are still used to this day. Also, how they followed the stars, and they traveled everywhere. Vikings traveled everywhere you can possibly imagine before Christopher Columbus, before Marco Polo. Whoever watched that series? Um, Mark says they came to America too. Yes, they did. There's the series Ghosts. There's Thor the Viking. He's the oldest there because he came there prior to indigenous people setting up in the settlement that he sailed to. Kikon says my favorite countries is England and Russia. If I had to choose my favorite countries, I'll give you my top three. It's probably Rwanda. Rwanda for its genuinely kind-hearted, friendly people. Um, South Korea, just for the shopping capabilities alone. And then, oh, the last one's hard. I don't want to say Helsinki, Finland, because then Odin's going to beat me up. But I also haven't spent enough time in Oslo. Yeah, it was an unfortunate bloodbath between us, the Irish. The Irish whipped a lot of us Vikings in that period. Ah, the Vikings weren't anything to be joked about, right? Yeah, the Vikings are often shown as these masculine, crazy, big, strong, angry people. But in all honesty, they were quite intellectual. They had to know so many things. They had to know so many things. A lot of them spoke multiple dialects from their travels. Kikon says, my girlfriend is from England. I thought you were single. Why are you asking everyone if they're single here? Uh, you want to do metaphor? Yeah, sure. Mark's asking where Odin is from. I'll let Odin ask that. But yeah, carpenters, sailors, survival instinct, survival skills, a lot of knowledge passed on. Of course, the warrior aspect is the one that is the most attractive. So that's the one that's always um, repeatedly shown. Fatima says, do you have a pet? Oh, yeah, yeah, I have two cats. Welcome, Fatima. Salam, salam. They had some good laws, like they respect their own. Yeah, I think Vikings also had like a lot of respectful laws for those that passed away in battle and for those that served communities. Maybe Odin can touch on that. Yeah, a lot of us still speak Old Norse to this day. Yeah. Kikon says, do you like Indian? Of course, I love India. Don't know if I like Kikon. What's your favorite food? Salad? Pretty boring. Smoothies, fruit smoothies, vegetable salad, pretty much. Mark says, but the slaves though. Yeah, I mean, there's so many cultures that were enslaved or had slaves. Maybe Ethiopia is the only country in the world that wasn't enslaved. Um, and I think you also have Greenland, technically. It's like small, it's less than a handful of countries. Bella says dog. Okay. Spamming the chat with dog. We love dogs. Thank you so much, Bella. God bless you. Oh, Tara says a vegetarian. But Kenyan food, Tari says hi. Welcome, Tari. You like Indian or Korean? I like Indian food better, but I love India, but I also love Korea, and I've been to Korea like 7, 8 times. Yeah, so the Irish were also enslaved, right? We have a history of being enslaved. Um, it's so many countries, and the word slaves comes from Slavic, right? Where some of the earliest recorded slaves were from, the East European regions. And then you had the Arab slave route, the African slave route. Of course, I think the most well documented is the transatlantic, because that's often in Hollywood movies. But you have the Indian slave route and so on. It's very unfortunate. Very. Uh, what is the Lamar edit? Everyone always says grab the camera for the Lamar Jackson edit. Yeah, when it comes to warriors that fought the fight and died, we are often sailed out in a ship, and close family members would shoot a burning arrow into the ship. That was it. That was it. And it wasn't just, the respect wasn't just reserved to warriors, right? It was also reserved to people that kept the local communities, the bases going, right? Elders who would keep the peace and stuff like that. We believe in from ash that we were made from, and ash we will return to on Odin's kingdom. And if you die in battle, it's Valhalla. Your favorite color, black or white? My favorite color is gray. So both. Yeah, it was for elders too. Viking funeral. Wow. Kareem Gaming's at Oliver's house. Oh my God. Oliver's like, hell yeah. Poor gaming, man. He's still shocked. I can't believe there's two bros are having this happen to them during a Kareem stream. It's like a side gig or a side story. What's this? What's this? That needs to be reviewed. Okay. Keycon, I don't know what Keycon is. Keycon's very interesting, but yeah. Dude, I would love to have a stream where this is what I'll try tonight, guys. For those that are interested, right? 3, 4, 5 hours from now, I'll try to put up a stream where we have some uh, geography questions. Like I'll write down some questions. I can get Oliver consoled if I wanted to. Yeah, we believe in having instant access into Valhalla if we die, not only for the purpose, but for the purpose of protecting our people. It's crazy. The history of Norse history is absolutely crazy. I think it was quite popularized because of the Marvel movies, Thor, but there's so much more to it. Do you know Alaska is really close to Russia? Yeah, about 18 kilometers swim. It's not that much. Um, but yeah, and Alaska was sold to the States for I think less than 100,000 US dollars, right? Kikon, Kokima? America. Is that what I said? Did I say America? America, man. It's America time. God bless America. Yeah. That's my American accent. First time I was ever kind of like introduced or fascinated by American culture, and I know this is wrong to say, it was Guile from Street Fighter. I was like, yeah, man, that is a real American. So I imagine most Americans. So sorry, my American brothers and sisters. Mark's like, don't do that. I'm going to get you banned again from YouTube. I've returned. Welcome, welcome, my friends. So, guys, I better uh, start going. I need to go shopping. I need to get my cats eggs and meat. I'm going to cook them a fresh meal. Later on tonight, I'll try and do another stream. Anybody who wants to join is more than welcome. And yeah, I'd love to do a geography quiz, but getting it started, you need to have people. Your favorite singer? Oh, Sam Cooke. I've got his LP in the room, and I've been listening to MF Doom's LP. Yeah, us Norwegians had noticed that Thor and a guy called Ragnar Lothbrok from a series called Vikings painted in a picture for what my ancestors was like, but we were never really openly violent for no reason. Yeah, like I said, it's that romanticization of Vikings being strong warriors who just want to fight all the time. They're actually you can't learn different languages, learn how to be a carpenter, learn how to be a sailor just by being angry all the time, right? I love how I am on Oliver's account and I am gaming, by the way. Told you I live close. Kikon says, I'm Eminem. Mark says, yeah, TV's stupid. Excuse me, I have to go. Goodbye, take care. Yeah, but let's put it this way. Um, even when they do biopics or series that are supposed to be accurate, how accurate are they really? If you did something that was completely accurate to Norse history, right? So let's say we're taking a camera and we're following 50 Norwegian sailors. You'd probably follow them for 2 months and nothing would happen because they'd be on the sea, they'd be navigating, they'd be building up camps. So they have to highlight the violence, to make it interesting. Marisol, do you have on headphones? Yes, yes, have on headphones. Yeah, it was on History Channel. I prefer to watch YouTube history rather than the History Channel. I'm so disappointed at History Channel getting so many things wrong. Uh, Olikis says, hi, welcome. Viva Mexico, bienvenido, amigo. ¿Qué pasa? A Mexicano hermano. Yeah, exactly. It's proper weird that way. Apparently, it was Americans that made the Viking series. I'm not surprised that they portrayed us wrong. They love to take countries' cultures and twist it. That's like Hollywood, right? That's a Hollywood kind of thing. That's what they do. Um, but yeah, I mean, what you going to do? It's hard to put that information out there properly. And don't forget, like I said, if you followed real Vikings around, probably months on end, you wouldn't see any battles. So how's that going to be entertaining for the average person who's just switching on their telly at the end of the day and just wants to be you know, um, entertained. Yeah, my English isn't great. Your English is perfect, man. Should I cancel Oliver's account? No, don't cancel Oliver's account. Don't do that. I live in Mexico. Oh, Cancun, Mexico City. Where are you from, amigo? Viva la Mexico. One of my favorite groups is from Mexico. Unfortunately, I've forgotten their name. So I just sound like I'm plonkers, but it's that. I don't know if you recognize that song, probably not. Juarez, Mexico. Love to visit Mexico again. Little secret, I've been using Translate app when I can't think of a word or phrase. I feel ashamed of not being good at English. Hey, don't worry about it, man. That's what those apps are there for you to use. So relax, it's all good. Everything is welcome here. Everyone is welcome. All right, guys. So I'm going to go shopping now. I'm going to give a shout out, a quick shout out to everyone. Ulrikes, Odin, Mark, um, Kyla, thank you for doing the thing. Um, Orlando, uh, Oliver, KY, Nyan. There was also Kikon, who's asking everyone if they're single or Kenyan friends. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all for joining. Thank you so much. I'll try and do another one later. Maybe we can get a quiz. Maybe we can get a quiz. For anyone who's interested, this is a little plug. Go and check out my social projects that I did in Rwanda, the Kigali project. It's a bunch of short videos with very interesting charity projects that include boxing, skateboarding, female education empowerment. Go and check that out. You don't have to sub, you don't have to do anything, but it helps those projects get out there and more people get interested in these kind of things. So that is going to be it for now. God bless you all. And yeah, I hope I see you later on. And if not, then maybe another time. God bless you. Take good care. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I feel absolutely honored. And yeah, I'm going to pretend like I'm going to get back to learning Korean, but actually, I'm going to the shops to get ice cream and some chicken for my cats. So God bless you. Love you all. Take care. Speak to you later. Ah, thank God the stream's ended. Ah, I couldn't be bothered to speak to anyone. Oh, the stream's still on. Oh, sorry.